Smart spending is the foundation of financial freedom. You've tracked expenses, cut subscriptions, and diligently watched those small daily costs for years. Yet retirement still feels impossibly far away. The truth is, while you're obsessing over pennies, these 6 supposedly responsible financial decisions are silently draining tens of thousands of dollars from your retirement fund. Decisions that everyone recommends, but nobody questions, keeping you trapped in your job for years longer than necessary. Let's start with something that might hit close to home for many of you: private club memberships. Country clubs, golf clubs, social clubs, and the like. These memberships often come with impressive facilities and wonderful social opportunities. I have several friends who truly value and use their club memberships regularly. And for them, it's money well spent. But for many of us, the reality isn't quite so rosy. The average initiation fee can range from $10,000 to $50,000, with monthly dues between $300 and $1,000. That's before considering the unspoken social expenses: ordering nicer wines at dinner, buying rounds for friends, maintaining a certain wardrobe, and participating in club fundraisers. I briefly considered joining a country club a few years back. The facilities were beautiful, and all the social functions they offered were very appealing. But when I honestly assessed how often I'd use the amenities and then calculated the true costs, I realized it wasn't aligned with my retirement goals. Instead, I opted for pay-as-you-go alternatives. Public golf courses, community organizations, and local events provided the same social opportunities without the massive financial commitment. This approach saved me thousands while still giving me the recreation and social connections that I wanted. That money invested over 10 years before retirement made a significant difference in my financial freedom. Remember, it's not about judging those who value club memberships. It's about making sure your spending aligns with your own retirement priorities. Think about it. That's not just money saved. It's time to wake up without an alarm, spend afternoons with your grandkids, and the freedom to spend your time exactly as you choose. Next, let's talk about those gorgeous luxury appliance packages. You know the ones: professional grade kitchen appliances with all the bells and whistles that make us feel like we could star in our own cooking show. I'll admit it, I was tempted. Standing in that showroom with all that gleaming stainless steel, I could almost taste the gourmet meals I'd be preparing. The salesperson painted such a compelling picture, and I'm not even much of a cook. What the salesperson didn't mention, though, the freedom I'd be giving up. Here's the truth. A luxury appliance package can cost $22,000. The mid-range alternative, around $7,000. That's a $15,000 difference for marginally better performance and a fancy name. What surprised me most was learning that luxury appliances don't necessarily last longer. And in fact, they often have more complicated electronics that can be expensive to repair and features many of us would rarely use. When I needed appliances in my home, I went with the mid-range package. They're still performing beautifully, and that $15,000 I saved went straight into my retirement account. For those who truly use all the specialized features of high-end appliances, the investment might make sense. But for many of us, the prestigious name simply isn't worth the extra years of work it might cost us. This next one might be controversial, but hear me out. Getting an expensive advanced degree in your 50s rarely makes financial sense. Education is valuable at any age, and I am a big believer in lifelong learning. However, from a strictly financial perspective, expensive degrees in your 50s rarely pay for themselves before retirement. I had a colleague who spent $120,000 on an executive MBA at the age of 52. He was convinced it would lead to a significant promotion and salary increase. And I will never forget our conversation 5 years later. I asked him, was it worth it? He stared into his coffee for a long time before answering. He said, Financially, not even close. I'm still paying for a degree that didn't deliver the promotion I expected. Now I'm trying to figure out how to delay retirement to make up for it. So if you're within 15 years of retirement, carefully calculate the return on investment for any expensive education. For some fields and situations, the degree might still make sense. Just make sure the numbers work for your timeline. Think about it. That $120,000 could be working for you in your retirement account, funding mornings reading the paper on your porch instead of rushing to catch the commuter train. Let's talk about something that confused me for years: insurance products that are marketed as investments. Whole life insurance and child life insurance policies are often presented as 2-for-1 deals, protection plus investment. While these products work well for some very specific financial situations, they're not an ideal investment vehicle for most of us. I almost purchased a whole life policy myself. The agent painted a compelling picture of protection, cash value growth, and tax advantages. What I didn't fully understand in that moment was that the premiums were 5 to 10 times higher than term life insurance. The investment returns typically underperform compared to standard market investments, and a big chunk of the early premiums goes to commissions and fees, and the cash value builds much more slowly than I was led to believe. After doing my research, I opted for a different approach instead. I purchased term life insurance for pure protection at a much lower cost. I invested the premium difference in a low-cost index fund, and I set up a dedicated education savings account for my son instead of child life insurance. Now remember, the primary purpose of life insurance is to replace lost income, something children don't have. The buy term and invest the difference strategy has historically provided better returns for most people while maintaining the life insurance protection they need. Whole life insurance can make sense in certain situations, like estate planning for high net worth individuals, or if you have a dependent with special needs. It's worth consulting with a fee-only financial advisor, not someone who earns commissions on the products, and see what's best for your specific situation. If you want to save for your child's future, there are far more efficient vehicles than insurance. Your future retired self will thank you. Next up are those fancy metal credit cards with $350 to $700 annual fees. They certainly come with impressive perks: airport lounges, travel credits, concierge services. While these cards work for some people, most of us are trading weeks of future freedom for benefits we rarely use. Years ago, I had a premium travel card. After honestly evaluating my usage, it turns out I was using less than $200 worth of perks while paying a $350 annual fee. That's not just $350 going down the drain annually, it's pushing my retirement date further away with every statement. So I switched to a no annual fee cashback card and immediately increased my retirement contributions by that same $350. Over 10 years, that one simple change didn't just add thousands to my retirement fund. It bought me weeks of alarm-free mornings and freedom to spend my time as I choose. That's the real calculation, not dollars saved, but days of freedom purchased simply by carrying a different piece of plastic in my wallet. The question isn't whether these premium cards have benefits. They certainly do. The question is whether those benefits are worth delaying your freedom for. A careful look might reveal an easy way to bring your retirement date closer. Finally, let's talk about home warranty plans. They market peace of mind, but the fine print tells a different story. These plans cost $500 to $800 annually with high service fees and numerous exclusions. It sounds like a smart, responsible choice, especially as our homes and appliances age. But my experience with these warranties revealed a different reality. I vividly remember standing in my kitchen, watching water and its damage spread from my dishwasher while the warranty company kept me on hold. After multiple calls and 3 days of waiting, they denied my claim based on improper maintenance, a vague clause in the fine print. I still had to pay for the repair out of pocket, plus the service fee for their technician to come out. That frustrating experience taught me to read the fine print carefully. Most home warranties come with high service fees, too many exclusions and limitations, using only the company's choice of repair technicians, long wait times for service, and pre-existing condition clauses. So instead of continuing with warranties, I started setting aside a small monthly sum for home repairs instead. Not only did it give me more control, but the unused funds went straight into my retirement account. Over 10 years, eliminating that $600 annual warranty added over $8,300 to my retirement savings. Now, you've seen the supposedly smart money moves that are silently extending your working years. The journey to financial independence isn't about extreme frugality. It's about questioning conventional wisdom and making intentional choices that prioritize your freedom. Your assignment? Choose just one of these major expenses to eliminate or reduce. Then calculate not just the dollars saved, but how many days, weeks, or months closer that single decision brings you to retirement. The true cost of these decisions isn't measured in dollars, it's measured in precious time. And freedom isn't about having everything, it's about having enough and owning your time. What's one decision you can make today to bring those alarm-free mornings closer? Share it in the comments. And if this was helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm on a mission to show 50,000 people how to retire earlier than they ever thought possible by focusing on what really matters. And if you missed part 1 of this series, check it out along with my Savvy Spending playlist for more ways to align your money with your vision of freedom.